Blogtalk Radio.
Hi, welcome to Cosa Nostra Radio. We're a family of poets from around the world who love to get together and share our love for verse. All are welcome here. The call-in number is 929 477 3951. 929 477 3951. Of course, we ask that you be respectful and cordial to all guests and poets. Let everyone speak, and please don't interrupt. Everyone will get a chance to speak. We treat others here the way that we would expect to be treated. Also, I'd like to mention that all the views and opinions of the guests on the show are reflective of the ownership and management of the Cosa Nostra Radio and are of their own free will. We all believe in freedom of speech and respect for all people. Feedback and conversation are encouraged. Thank you for joining us, and enjoy this Cosa Nostra program.
All right, thanks, Rob. All the way from South Africa, pre-recorded, our ghost panelist here at Cosa Nostra Radio. It's public poetry tonight. We're coming forward with the goods. Last week, there was some scheduling errors, so we have plenty of extra material. Let's see what can make it out to the public. I'd like to welcome my co-host, Boo.
Hey, Razz. Hey. Sorry,
yeah,
I'm here.
How are you going down there in L.A. and Huntington Beach?
It's hot.
Boo.
Now I live in the valley.
Really, really
so
hot.
It's even
It's
hotter.
going to get hotter. Global thermal warming.
Yeah. How are you, Dazzle Dazzle?
I've been doing just fine, making it through the weeks, working on a manuscript or two. I don't think I'm going to solicit to any debtors, but I have my own preoccupations.
Yeah. Holla to Lizzie and Wayne and Butterfly, and nice to see you guys.
Yes, it's been a while, like the theme song, and it's good to be home. So let's bring in one of the callers, Wayne. How have you been, buddy?
Hey, what's up? What's up, Razz?
Hey, Wayne. How are you, Wayne?
Oh, I've been fighting the flu the last couple of days. First time I've been able to talk today. I've been real hoarse and not been able to talk, so watch out tonight. I may run my mouth.
We're better now that you're here, Wayne. Thanks for coming. You're always so supportive, Wayne, no matter what.
Glad to be here every day I can.
Yeah. Is your poem, Wayne, is it on the board or is it in the messages? I just want to make sure.
It was on topic. It was on topic board earlier.
Which pieces you want done? Which SoundCloud, Wayne?
Yeah, we'll SoundCloud because I sure can't read tonight.
Okay, I'm going to get on that one right now. I had like 15 of them, something ridiculous. So, yeah, I'm ready to make sure.
I'll see if I can find it and tell you the name of it.
All right.
Yeah, we're going to get around to as much of the material as we can. Right now, our folder's like overstocked. Who knows who's going to become of some of these,
show,
right?
depending. Maybe we may have to have another show, Razz, because we got so many, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Let's bring in the
Maybe
next caller.
We'll have extra innings. We might have extra innings.
Anyone there?
Uh-oh.
917. Who's calling in the studio?
Oh, that's me.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
This is Francine. How are you?
Hi, Francine. How are you?
Francine, yes. Another member of our fine establishment, La Cosa Nostra.
That's
Cool.
right. How's it going?
Welcome. Good. How are you
Thank
doing?
you. Good. Thanks.
Nice to have you. Cool.
Thank you.
Some fresh meat. We're happy.
My first time. I never did this.
No, don't worry. It's all right. It's a while.
Dialing in the phone and doing your work, Francine, and then just sitting back if you want, commenting on the poetry at the recital.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry. After a while, it becomes addictive, Francine. You'll see.
Okay.
Are you ready to go yet, or do you want to wait a turn or two?
Yeah, I guess I'll wait a turn or two.
Okay.
I'm
I don't
just
see
trying
rain.
to get
I'm
on.
gonna have to look. Wait. Oh, I see it. Never mind. Okay.
All right. So let's start this off. I had a piece in mind. I don't know. There's some members who stay on the inactive list too long. So, it's best to just bring them forward. We have like hundreds. And here's Anguish in From Back From Whence I Came by Anguish. Back from whence I came. Oldies echo over fields of overused slang and stale cigarette smoke like funeral chords of busted churches, waxing lonely ears. And I cannot grasp a care being said as long as there are people in the room. That ratty stool holds me close as my eyes wander aimlessly out those dirty old window panes searching for someone else, even as their curious eyes greet my silent back. Beer wets my throat with a dry lump and all the flavor of yesterday's bitter memoir, and I understand in spades why I said never again and peace. And wow, this is very personal for this writer. They're going through a lonely period in the author's note, and they can't remember what kind of depression they're under right now. So we hope some positive energy returns back to you, brother. Anguish, yes. And, I think it depends on the level of a person's drinking habit, what I'm reading here, on how depressed you can get. Because sometimes, your shower is really on the bottom end of the bottle. So what do you think of this, Wayne?
Like you said, it's a sad poem. She's citing depression in the poem, and depression in real life, it looks like. So I don't know. I'm not a real good doctor when it comes to depression. I don't face it too often, but it can destroy you. So you got to get it treated. It's not something you don't want to overlook. It's a serious problem. And she did great with the poem. Great job with the poem. I love it.
Yeah, unestablished, non-active Anguish is here. And Liquid Damage wrote on the board that she would love to call, but is going through some kind of throat type of symptom, just like Wayne. I don't know. That's catching maybe horse fever. But, yeah, thank God it's not COVID. Love you all. So what about you, Francine? What do you think of this piece by Anguish that you heard at the recital?
Oh, I think it's really sad, and feel sorry for Anguish, and I do hope that Anguish gets some help. I think that's a very good advice there from Wayne. Depression is nothing to fool around with. That's for sure.
No. Yeah, it can be severe. It can be clinical. It takes people's lives. Like Boo says sometimes it's its own silent killer when it comes to being a psychological sickness. What's your take on this, Boo?
This is a great poem. I love the way that the page looks, first of all, because I'm all about the presentation, but all these echo over fields of overused slang and stale cigarette smoke, like funeral chords in busted churches. Whoa, that's a fucking opener right there. Right there, my ears perk up. I want to hear it. It just grabs you. The ratty stool that holds me close as my eyes wander. This deserves the front page, first off. This is so well written. Dirty old window panes, but he spells it pains, P-A-I-N-S. Searching for someone else's eyes. Yeah, this is really good. Beer wets my throat with a dry lump. How many times do we try to wash away? We sell so many people. I see that every day. How many people self-medicate with drugs, food, sex, beer, wine, whatever it is. And then he said, at the bottom, he says, I've never felt so alone in all my fucking life. I don't think I can remember how to live like this again. This screams of sadness, despair, somebody who needs help, somebody who needs somebody to reach out to him, I think, and hug him or help him, or I don't know if it's a true story or not, but it sounds like it to me, and it's heartbreaking. It's so sad. And right there, he's screaming for help. Has anybody offered a hand? I doubt it. I would if I was allowed over there. But, this is really, really heartbreaking, and I hope somebody, I'm going to leave him a couple numbers, maybe he'll want to call, but anyway, it's really poetic and well written. The whole thing, it's just one of those poems that you don't forget.
Very true.
Whoa. I see this touch you very emotionally, Boo. You want to hook up with this person now. Wow. We're like a dating site. But, yeah, that's too much for you to say.
No, I want to give him some resources,
one of those lowest points a person can go through depression.
I would agree with you.
Yeah, so Glo-lizzy wrote on the board a very sad, deep piece, grasping at the feelings of, depression and loneliness. We were mostly agreed there, but there's so many ways of looking at this. It's not a problem that a person
depression and loneliness. Everybody.
An ability to go through some kind of social therapy, and it's going to get better. When you're talking about the real sickness, this requires the individual to consciously say to themselves, I can feel more positive. That's the starting point, really.
And everybody's experienced depression and sadness and wanting to escape it, So, you're not human, I don't think. Love you, Lizzie.
Oh, plenty of us are still human, except maybe, who knows, Bill Gates. So, Yeah, that's a whole other theory that shouldn't be discussed about reptiles. Now, we need a reader for this next, right? Why don't, Francine, could you possibly do us the honors of reading for Randall Yosri, Happiness in Lilting?
I would love to, but how do I get the visual?
Do you have the chat room page? If you can't, we'll have Boo read.
I can't get online at the moment. I'm having a big problem.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Boo, would you mind reading
I
for
wanted
Randall
to find
Yosri?
my own poem. I can't
we'll help
find
you
it.
out.
I can't get
We'll help you
There's
online.
all kinds of technical difficulties there when it comes
No,
to
I'll help you out. Don't worry.
online issues like that. We
Don't worry. I'm gonna send you anyway like a welcome packet thing. It's gonna explain how to do everything for you, and I'll help you out so you can maneuver around the site because it's not easy at first.
No, but I'm not online at all. I'm having trouble
you're not
getting
online.
online.
It doesn't really help either.
No,
right.
That's what I'm saying. I can't get online. I'm trying to get to my own website page. Huh?
Are you from New Jersey?
Yeah, I am.
I could tell. What part?
I'm previously from Brooklyn, so that accent comes through.
I'm from New Jersey, too. That's why I'm asking. I'm from Jersey.
Oh, okay.
I'm from Exeter, Cherry Hill.
Oh, okay. I'm down by Old Bridge.
You heard Secaucus?
Cool. Yeah.
New Jersey.
Cool. I could tell. We're having coffee talk. Okay. I could just pick up on that. So anyway, okay, Randa, here we go. I got to get back over there. All right. So I got yours too, Wayne. I got the one you wanted to do. Okay, so here we go. Sorry, I'm fooling around now. I'm not over there. Oh, here we go. Randa. Okay, Happiness in Lifting Musical Tunes. Oh, I like that. Okay, childhood memories attire in fluid plush tutu skirts. Prima dances lilt in springy, buoyant movements. Conjure up euphemism, I don't know that word, euphemism, flattering images. A touch of allure mingles the ethereal pure joy. If life's magic blooms in the golden light of night, happiness does ballet on melodious melodies and poem. Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's a way to describe happiness. Huh.
For real. Through dancing.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like that moment when everyone's telling you that you can't afford substance abuse problems, and then you realize there's ether in the store, but no one else knows. So what about you, Wayne? What's happiness to you?
Well, she probably is a ballet, but her words dance all over the page. She's got great words here and great phrases, and it's a beautiful poem to read and fun to hear read. She must be a dancer because just by the way her words are so dancing so much. It's a great job in this poem. Wonderful job.
Happiness comes in many forms. There's happiness is like a little mountain from Donovan. Happiness is a warm gun by Lennon. You have what is the keys to happiness online recommendation, how to make a million emails going on daily. So what's your take on this, Francine?
I like poems about happiness. It lifts me up. It makes me feel good. Why not? No, I like that one. I like that you used the metaphors of dance to point out about happiness. That was real cool.
Yeah, it's all subjective right there.
Yeah.
And Boo, your take, you read this lovely. What do you think of Randall's
beautiful
poem?
Way to just, a ballet. I mean, that I never would have thought of, I don't think. And it's so descriptive. It's a beautiful brevity. And it dances down the page, and it dances in your mind, and from her quill. It's got a lot of likes right there, so very popular, too. So well written and very unique.
I could read one if you want.
All right. Yeah,
the name is The Mountain.
Were you able to find the website
I got
again?
back online, Yeah, I'm back online.
You ready to do your poem?
Yeah, I can do one. Let's see. Let me just pull it up. Okay. Called The Mountain. Okay, Lord, you gave me a mountain I wasn't sure I could climb. When you gave me Jackie Blue, then took him ahead of his time. He went to work on that fatal day when the towers were imploded. He died in the rubble left away, and my brain sort of exploded. He was the love of my life. We had so many plans. Retirement was a few years away, and we were dreaming of that day. And I couldn't climb the mountain. I was in the valley of an abyss. It was dark and wet from my tears, and I couldn't rise to the talk like this. Just to wake and live was a mountain, but to get back to being me was more than I could fathom, more than all the water from the sea. It took years to get to that mountain, and more to climb to the top, but I'm not the same person. I'm still trying and will never stop. That's it.
Yes, this is definitely a good spiritual message. And that mountain, I believe, is faith and hope. And you don't understand who's on top of that mountain until you climb enough times to reach the pinnacle, would be my perspective. So, Wayne, what do you think of this metaphorically? What did you read here?
I thought it was just a good job reading the poem. I would like to have read the words that she was reading it so I could pay more attention to it, because it's wonderful reading, it's a wonderful poem, but I got to read the words before I can make the meaning for it to make a comment.
Can we ever run that back, Razz?
I'm sorry?
I've been looking for it. I can't find it anywhere.
Could you read it again, Francine? I agree.
Sure.
I can't, unless you want to put it on the board.
Where's the poem at? Where's the poem at?
I don't know how to put it on the board, but I'll read it again if you want.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. And you want me to read it solo?
Yeah, let's have an encore. All right, Francine,
okay,
encore.
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
Maybe
no problem. The mountain? Lord, you gave me a mountain I wasn't sure I could climb. When you gave me Jackie Blue, then took him ahead of his time. He went to work on that fatal day when the towers were imploded. He died in the rubble left away, and my brain sort of exploded. He was the love of my life. We had so many plans. Retirement was a few years away, and we were dreaming of that day. And I couldn't climb the mountain. I was in the valley of an abyss. It was dark and wet from my tears. I couldn't rise to the talk like this. Just to wake and live was a mountain. But to get back to being me was more than I can fathom, more than all the water from the sea. It took years to get to that mountain and more to climb to the top. But I'm still not the same person. I'm still trying and will never stop. That's it.
Okay, now I got that much better this time.
Wow, that's amazing. Wow.
What circles we go around.
Did you?
Yeah, I lost
did you lose someone you loved? You lost someone you
in the World Trade Center, and it was a horror. Yeah.
Sometimes
we're still going through it.
I don't know, but yeah, it's definitely a deep metaphor. The mountain for faith.
Yeah.
Wayne, did you hear it this time?
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. I'm sorry. Yes, great poem. I haven't been the same since it happened. You know, I live in Kentucky, and I watched it all come to go down, and the rest of my country. And I hate to hear your loss, because it's got to be rough. Because it's rough on me just thinking about what happened that day. Great job on the poem, and
Thank you. That's how I got through it. Writing a lot of poems at the time. That's what I was doing. I just kept writing one after another.
I hate to hear about your loss, and I appreciate what you've done to help the country.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a real bad time in my life. That was a real mountain to climb over.
I bet it was.
Poetry is therapy, you know, and that's what I did when my mom died. I wrote poem after poem after poem. It's the only thing we have sometimes.
That's the truth. It is the truth. I tell people when they have grief to write poetry that it helps, and a lot of times it does.
Sure does. Yeah, I agree with you on that, because through some of my lowest times, I'm still finding the way to write something, you know, and it's therapy, and it's cathartic, and it's all those things, emotions that you can't tell other people and you can't share with other people, or you don't want to tell them for the 500th time. You feel like shit, you know.
You feel bad to keep saying that you don't feel good, because you know that hurts them too. You know, they They want to know that you're all over it and you're better, and you're not. So,
like a month later, I lost my husband.
My first poem in 2001.
Yeah, and people a month later were like, I have a brother for you, I have a friend for you,
right. Like, I'm not ready for that yet.
Yeah, hello.
I had a lot
that's
of
not
that.
going to help me feel better. And
no,
and
I'm
right sorry that you
give me a little time
at
least, Oh man,
yeah,
I could look
years
back now
if you're
and
ever even
I could laugh, but
effort.
I know.
I'm sorry that you lost someone you love, and I'm so sorry that whole
thank you.
thing happened. That it's written with love and affection and a beautiful tribute to someone who will always have a place in your heart. Gorgeous job.
Thank you.
Emotional.
Okay, now how do I get to the page if you wanted me to read to somebody else? I don't know how to find where you guys are.
Okay, so you have to go to the group chat. So you're going to go to your
go to group
where it says open message window, where your messages are.
Open message window, right?
And then
what am I looking for? La Cosa Nostra or Late Night Poets?
Yeah, La Cosa Nostra. No, definitely not Late Night Poets.
We're not Late Night Poets. We're Early Night Poets. Okay.
Yeah, we're Early Night Poets. So then you click open message window. Yeah, okay. There you go. And then you click La Cosa Nostra, and then you'll be. There you go. You'll be in the group chat. There.
Group message. I see group message, but I don't see open window. Let me see.
Okay.
Boo, we miss you. Right. We stand strong. Somebody wrote.
I'm going to send you the link. Okay?
Okay.
And that way you can just click on it. And then we can do Wayne in the meantime.
Oh, radio show. Wait. If I hit radio show, does it come up?
Let's see.
I don't know.
I'm going to look for you I'm going to look for you and send it to you.
Okay.
In the meantime, we could do Wayne, and then I'm going to send you the link right now.
Okay, sure.
Okay, and then you'll get to, say. Oh, that's a cute picture on your page.
Thank
you. Okay, so are you ready, Wayne?
This is a poem about poetry and poems leaving out.
Yep, I got your SoundCloud, my love. Let me get over there. You grab his poem, or no? I didn't think I put it in the room. So, could you put your poem up, Wayne, so I can get your SoundCloud?
Sure.
Thank you, my dear.
I'm totally lost.
Did you get it? You click. I sent you a link. Look in your messages, and then you click the link, and you'll be on the group page. And somebody's on hold, Razz, 757. Razz?
Yeah, I could have sworn it was last stand. I got the line. Hello.
Okay.
Yes, caller. 757. Welcome to calling in the studio. La Cosa Nostra Radio. Who is this?
It's Dash Pat.
Hey, Pat.
Dash Pat, great to hear from you. We're so overthrilled that you decided to join the group again. We didn't mean to offend you the last time, honestly.
Hey, Pat. How's it going?
Hey, Boo.
Hey.
Good
to
hear
your Francine.
Okay, so we're going to find Wayne's now. Wayne. Let's see. Okay, I just put it up there.
We were talking about sending you the flowers. You're back in the group, that's
I got so many for Wayne. I was trying to be sneaky with Wayne's, and then Wayne. It's called Poem's Last Stand. Okay, I wonder what I put. I got a million for Wayne. Oh, here we go. Okay, ready.
This poem is called Poem's Last Stand. Words as weapons, sharper than knives, makes you wonder how the other half dies. Poems as programs, changed our lives. Now we know what our words supplies. We drop our words without any reservation, look back later to see total devastation. We were not involved with life's creation, so why do we keep giving an explanation? Words overcrowded with metaphorization, curved comparison with little realization. Now the written land is covered with ashes. All that's left is a pile of commas and dashes. Limp lines with severed senses stand guard. Shakespeare's sonnets were buried in the backyard. Burnt books, cremated colors lay defeated. Philosophical poems wept as they were treated. With only 2 nouns and a verb, I wonder about. It was early last week, I heard the last rebel poet shout. War started with rejection of poet's word. An explosion in House of Prose was the last thing heard. Crushed quill, dried ink, left after spill. We all knew how the written word could kill. Then it happened. Laws now say poetry is a crime. I knew it was over when they executed the rhyme.
That's really good, Wayne.
Thank you.
Yeah. I love the metaphors in this one. This is really cool. Words overcrowded with metaphorization. That was cool. Comparison with little realization. Very cool. Love it.
Thank you.
Do you feel the poetry's gone out the window?
Oh no, I just write about everything. I write about all kinds of styles and subjects, and I go crazy sometimes.
Wayne's never going to stop. He's a writing machine, really.
That's good. That's really good. I love it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you for the comment.
Yes.
Our own IBM here on the show. Yeah, Wayne, that one, I felt so much destruction in the world, and yet how it keeps on rebuilding. There was something deep there going on the social level with all these descriptions. Yeah.
Right. I'm glad you like it.
Let me see. Who else could we ask here? Dash Pelt, was that you last or Francine?
I read one, and Wayne read one.
Dash Pat.
Yeah.
What do you think of Wayne's poem? Dash?
Yeah, I think that Wayne speaks of how important poetry is to all of us.
It is.
It saves us, Wayne.
Thank you for your comment.
Yeah, it's like how others are saved by music, I guess you're saying, the church of the electronic mixture. Yeah, if you read into an art enough times, then you understand your own connection with God. That could be true. In a certain sense, there's Jim Morrison. He liked to think of the role as shamanism, and he proposes the rock star or the artist really just tries to purge the sins of the world sometimes. I think that does describe this piece. You might be right, Dash Pat. Boo.
Now, who's Glo-lizzy?
I love this one, Wayne. Yeah, I love this one, Wayne. This one is good. This is how I feel. Words are weapons. There are knives. I mean, it sounds a lot like the song. Make you wonder how the other half dies. These are strength in words, power in words. Words are never forgotten. Once they're out there, they live with you forever. You can't change them. They hurt more than anything else, more than any other weapon, in my opinion. And then how you describe the words and the sentences, so badass. This deserves a front page, too, if it hasn't been. And then don't even mention the fucking rhyme scheme is incredible, too. I mean, yeah, the whole thing, words overcrowded, metaphysization, curve, comparison, little realization. Now the land's covered in ashes, all of the pile, comma, and dashes. Oh, that's clever. The whole thing is clever. I'm going to make sure this gets on the front page through Razz, of course. But then how it ends. Poetry, law say poetry's a crime, knew it was over, now executed the rhyme. Oh, I love this. This is incredible. I would pin this to my page if I was allowed over there. But this is really, really good. Love it.
Oh, thank you very much. What a comment. I love you.
Love you. Yeah, this is good. I'm going to pin this on Razz's page. Me and I live vicariously through Razz.
Assuming if anyone ever goes there.
It's shit. Poor Razz. Okay, thank you. I love it, Wayne.
Thank you for the comment.
All right. So next in line, let's see. Do you have any more SoundClouds, or do we do the ones with the readers, Boo?
Yeah. Now, how do I get to those? You can put up a link?
The SoundCloud was the last one we heard by Wayne. Yeah. I was asking Boo, but she seems to be preoccupied. All right. Let's do a poem by Devious Saint, then. He rarely writes in. This would be an honor and a treat. So here's this poem. It's Devious Saints. And since Wayne went last, he needs a male reader. I'll do it real quick for him. Here it is. Dearly Beloved, Trouble by Nocturnal Saint. Dearly beloved and trouble. I'm a tyrant lurking in mundane minds, a trick that will twist their perspective. Scrutiny is my sin, the friends I make I drain to sustain my temp. My favorite, I laugh at myself because I know I can never have it, so I settle for lust. I did come across it a few times, and it was sweet and sour, but I took too much and didn't reciprocate because all they would get is poison. If they go, perdóname, and peace. And this is, an afterthought of the people that he felt he wronged, the writer. What there is in Nocturnal Saint, it deals with dark life, lust, pain, and teenage years. And definitely, when we're young, we do all kinds of stuff that we might not be proud of so many years later. That might have been a message there. What do you think of this, Wayne?
Well, I'm not one to judge, but I probably committed all the 7 deadly sins there is, and just have to do them and get over it. Sometimes people do things they shouldn't do. Lust and greed and all that. It's kind of everybody has a little bit of it in them, and you got to fight it off. Try to be the best person you can be. Well, I like the poem a lot. It's I learned a whole lot. Good job with this.
Awesome feedback, Wayne. Dash Pat, take on this by Nocturnal Saint.
Oh, I like the line about lust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that you for you?
I think that drives us all.
Agree on having a bit of desire that's not anything more but natural, and yet at the same time not always reciprocated. That was there at the end piece, yes.
Yeah, I like the way that was put together. Thanks.
All right. And how about you, Francine? What's your take on this by Nocturnal Saint?
I felt like he was trying to say, he did some stuff that he wasn't too happy about in his life, and trying to live with it or figure out how to leave it behind. And I think he's working on it. I'm not sure he's gotten to it yet, but he's working on it.
Yeah. Once you acknowledge that you made a mistake, that's the first step on trying to right a wrong.
Exactly.
So, Boo, it's over to you. Are you there yet? Are you preoccupied? Did you go somewhere? Listen back. She's on mute. What? Boo. Yeah.
Are you talking to me? No, I'm sorry, I'm just tripping. I thought you said Devious Saint at first. I was going to say I haven't seen him in a while, but Nocturnal Saint. Lurking in mundane minds, a trick that will twist their perspective. That's creepy right there. Gluttony is my sin. The friends I make, I drain. Well, he's talking about being a vampire, I think, like sucking the life out of you, emotionally, physically, everything. And it's a psychotic, too, a little bit psychotic. I did come across love a few times, and it was sweet and sour, but it took too much, and I didn't reciprocate. It's like, you know, because they would get us poison, and I wish I knew what the words at the bottom meant. I'm going to put that on translate, but that's got to be a kick in the balls right there at the end. I'm thinking this is like somebody who's like, fuck the world, fuck love, I do what I want anytime I want. And I've tried it, it didn't work out, and I'm not a fan, straight up. And very well written.
All right. At least you're being honest. You can feel so much for different writers. And that's what we want here, creative,
by the way, the words at the bottom
critical
mean,
feedback.
The words at the bottom mean, please forgive me, Razz. The words at the bottom in Italian mean, please forgive me.
Of course.
Very
they mean,
serial
please
killer
forgive me.
vibe.
You know, people who do, like, wrong things sometimes want forgiveness in their lives. They want to atone for their wrong, repentance.
Yeah.
From the first strike.
First, you got to know you did wrong, then you correct it.
Does Lizzie have a poem there? I could read it for her if she does.
Yeah, I was thinking on letting Dash Pat go first, and then you could read Lizzie.
Yeah, of course.
Dash
Pat,
Pat,
I'm sorry, Dash Pat. Yeah. Yes, my lovely Pat.
Yeah, let me.
All right, I'll put the link on the board. Hand? Was that the piece?
For urges.
It says hand by?
Oh, hand. Okay, yeah. I would love to read hand.
All right, we'd love to hear it.
Okay, just 1 second. Hand. If I had a fifth hand, it would probably be holding some sort of cola or snack. And a sixth to rub my eyes. A seventh to wave goodbye. End poem.
You're a clever man.
I'm not sure I'm getting that one. Can you read that
Miracles
again?
of Dieting is the
Can you read
subject
it again?
here. What I think of it, wait, you wanted to do it twice, Boo?
Yeah,
no,
I want her to do it again. Francine can't see it. I want
it again.
I
can't picture it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
go ahead, Pat.
All right, do it again, please, for Boo.
If I had a fifth hand, it would probably be holding some sort of cola or snack. And a sixth to rub my eyes. The seventh to wave goodbye. End poem.
Wow.
Yeah, this reminded me of so much pop. I love this, Dash Pat. I was thinking of, I would say, Our Lady Saints, what they speak of in Clumsy and Drown. Then you have the cola and the snack, that's like Duran Duran. And, the fifth hand, it's straight into the transmental dimensionals music of, like, Radiohead, Arcade of Fire. And, so all of this, I've seen the music, including the one that waves goodbye. That's Mike Shinoda, his post-traumatic LP. And if they had this many hands, the miracle is, are you paying attention to all of those signals? That's my personal take on this. Thank you very much, Dash. Wayne, what did you hear?
Thank you.
Well, I like this. Clean goodbye is a tearjerker, and we need separate hands to show the proper motion without missing a meal. My fourth hand would be scratching my back. And let's don't talk about the third hand. This is a very good poem. I enjoyed it a lot. Good job.
Thank you.
Perfect. All right, Francine, want to try and interpret what Dashpad has come up with here?
I can't figure that one out. Sorry about that. That's a little deep for me. I guess I don't know the music that it's referring to. You know what I got out of it? I'll make you laugh. And the 15th I'm thinking it's got to be an animal with 4 paws. Not an animal
I sent you the poem, Francine. I sent you the poem if it's easier for you to read. That's okay. It's all right. You know, it's better you're honest and say you don't get it than just bullshit and lie and make it seem like you know.
No, I'm very simple. I can't really think deep.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's her poetry. She's very unique and
right.
Sometimes abstract,
I
but in
admire
your
people
face.
that could write it in, really, really poetic phrasing and stuff, but I get lost sometimes. But it's beautiful. I love the way it sounds. And I don't always understand them, but it's just like a feeling you get from it, and that was cool. So.
Thank you.
I'm on a tangent here. Don't worry about me, Francine. What I'm seeing in the poem, right there, you repeated that song, "Sweet Cherry Cola."
Right.
Savage Garden.
No, to me, this speaks of can I say something, guys? This speaks of like novelty to me, like the quality, like, and the definition of it, kind of like, look at all the fucking hands you're wasting with the with the cola and with the other one, and then we need another one for more habits and another one for more of the shit that we do that we think that we need that we don't.
True. Yeah.
And more of the other crap that we fill our lives up with, and if we had fucking 100 hands, we'd find 100 things to put in there. And how we focus on the shit that doesn't even really matter, And it's very catchy, clever, and it's a great brevity. And you always make us think. And I think, and just 4 lines or 5 lines, you got to, even if you got people scratching their heads, they're still fucking interested. You know what I mean?
Right,
and
right.
What
capture something.
That's what makes it awesome.
It makes your mind think.
Yeah. I love your brain.
I'll always have a hand for you.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you're holding the mundane shit that we're holding every day that doesn't really mean anything, it's just the metaphor there is awesome and it's very abstract, but I get it and I love it.
Thank you.
Right, right.
If I'm close or not, Pat, if you want to explain, I would love to know. I would love to know.
Who?
The meaning or why you wrote it?
It's about being thankful.
And excess, right? Like how much shit we don't even need.
Yeah, exactly.
Be grateful. Yeah.
When you said, we could have 100 hands. We could.
Yeah.
And I tried to just start it out up this hand to grab the interest of the reader because we don't have 5 hands. We usually have 2, I think. And
right. And to say it in 5 lines, you go, girl. That's all I can say. Yeah. Great job, Pat.
Thanks.
Yeah, I don't want to overbear you with my analogy to music, Dash, but there's also the clapping from 8 Days a Week by the Beatles. Okay, I'll just shut up now. Thank you, Pat.
Oh no, not the Beatles. No, please, right? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, people keep writing me and asking me where are the 3rd and 4th hands. And
it's like not even important in the fucking story. Sit up your ass. No, just kidding.
I think you deserve a hand.
Thanks.
A round of applause, please.
Yay! But to give her a hand, we have to give her 2 hands.
That's
give her another hand and we can't.
And the 7th, to wave goodbye.
That's right. I liked that. That was very nice. that made us feel like enough with the hands already.
Pat, don't forget.
Like you didn't want any more. That was enough.
You need to keep a hand free just in case. Oh, shit. Okay. Razz, who's up next?
All right. We have you reading Glo-lizzy's Roses Bleed the Scent of Chrysanthemums.
Okie dokes. My pal Lizzie. Love you. Missed you. I don't see it up there, Razz. Maybe I got to grab it?
Yeah, because there's a glitch to Windows program. It freezes sometimes. I'm trying as hard as possible to bring the link to the board.
Yeah, I think we're going to have an extra innings, Razz.
So, yeah, you want one this week for the material that's left over for the show?
I see it then. Yeah, I see it. Yep. Okay. All right. So this is from Glo-lizzy. Roses bleed the scent of, I'm not sure how to say the word, chrysanthemums, right? Okay. Roses bleed the scent of chrysanthemums by Lizzie. Thorn tips drip with poison as vines wrap around, squeezing lightly, taking my breath, each a dagger, threatening to rip through flesh. Lashing tongue, whipping words no eyes can see, the weld marks, internal bruises, hemorrhage beneath a fox smile, screams trapped within my throat, burning like salted cut flesh, a broken voice box crushed by invisible hands. Roses laced with venomous thorns placed within my hand, forced to walk beside you as blood trails behind. The smell of chrysanthemums enveloped my crimson rose, shattered eyes, a garden where death blooms on vines. And poem.
Oh.
Wow.
It says that chrysanthemums represent death in many cultures.
Yeah, I heard about that. It's known to have started in ancient Greece, with that flower being commemorated during burials and other forms of remembering the death. You also know
and congrats on the gold, Razz, on this one.
Yes, and the ritual here, although I guess it's not really commonly practiced from Christian Orthodoxy, is ancestral worshiping. That's the actual meaning of the word Zeus. So,
I didn't know that.
You know what, Razz? This got 1.1K views already, and it's only a month old, and she got the gold. You go, girl.
Wow.
Would you like to tell us your opinion on Glo-lizzy's piece?
Well, I liked it a lot, and I think that it had to do with death. A lot of her feelings of being overwhelmed and just overstuffed, overwhelmed, too much things happening to her. It just felt that way. And the blood coming out through her throat and the box and the whole, it was really deep, but really good. I thought that she expressed a lot with it. A lot of her emotions came through.
Thank you very much, Francine.
You're welcome.
It's nice of you to say those words to Glo-lizzy. And we wanted to know that we missed her on the show. Hopefully she can get back to hosting. That was like everyone's favorite time of what we saw ratings. But that's an entirely different discussion of schedule listing. Wayne, are you still there, buddy?
Yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm here. I said, Liz is back. I miss her words and her poems. Her darkness is sensual and deep. She scares the hell out of me. I love her. Darkness, darkness, be my pillow. Glad to invite you back, Liz. I love your poem.
Love. Well, that's all you need. The Beatles again.
That's right.
What about
Let's put the Beatles up.
Dashpat and Glo-lizzy's piece?
Yeah, I thought this was beautifully written, metaphoric about, I think, someone's hurting her physically and mentally, and I think she expresses it very, very well here.
Mhm. I agree.
All right, and that takes us over to Blue.
Well, I think, the key word for me in this poem and lines is lashing tongue and whipping words. No eyes can see the welted marks of internal bruises, hemorrhaging beneath a fox smile. This fucker is so fake, or whoever this is so fake, and just smiles in your face while they stab you in the back, which what a lot of people do. A broken voice box. He stole her voice. She can no longer speak. He's stolen who she is, a piece of who she is, and then the chrysanthemums. I didn't know that those meant death. I thought another flower did, or maybe there's a few. And then her eyes are a garden, and then we're bloom deaths on vines. Like, fuck, this is dark, 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 and she's going down. I hate to put it that way, but and this is a very low, dark place, and it seems like she's almost accepting it. She's okay with it, and that would be Lizzie. Loved it.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't really say that about Glo-lizzy if she's in a dark place, but I do know that she used to have a Twisted Cafe, and there was all kinds of spirits and negative energies there. Yet all that's in good fun in a gothic taste. So, when she brings out this kind of art, that's it's true. It can disturb you. It can possibly alter your sense if darkness exists within the subtext of supernatural forces, her subject matter and descriptions. Yet, at the same time, Glo-lizzy is not this kind of person. This is her art form, how she chooses to paint the canvas, what I like to clarify here on the record. All right, so, hey, Boo, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Where would I be, Razz?
The hottest place to be tonight. I don't know. Wouldn't you be looking for Anguish's telephone numbers right now? Is that what you were saying?
That's my life, man. That's where I live. We didn't hear Pat comment on Lizzie. Did Pat say something?
Yeah, I commented.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. My patience drives me nuts. Yeah. Anyway, what's next, Fred? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm having a
go ahead, choose,
situation.
and post the link right now. I'm going through a booting matter. I have to boost the boot.
Right. Oh, that's what you're doing? Oh, okay. I just want to say sorry, like, if I seem a bit, like, off tonight because I'm at work and I have a lot of situations going on. So, anyway, I just want to explain that one. But I'll pick somebody else for us to read. I guess we could do, let's see. Maybe, is Wayne still here? Okay, cool. Will you read somebody for me?
But I just got over flu. I can hardly talk. I think I've got to quit talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, that's okay. Then Francine or Pat can read it, or me, whoever. Doesn't really.
Yeah,
how
do I get the poem?
Okay, I'm going to put Jeg up there, and I'm going to send it to you too, Francine, okay?
Okay.
Your inbox that way. And then later I'll explain everything to you. So you have, like, we can exchange numbers. I'll explain. But yeah, everything to you. Okay, so now I got to go to your. So it's on the board, and then I'm going to send it to you right here in your messages. Okay, paste. All right, there you go. And it's by Jeg325.
Oh,
let me see
I'll
if I
read
have
it.
You might need to refresh.
I see 3 of them. I'm not sure which is the one. Group chat board is here.
It's the one by Jeg325.
Check. I see Dash Pat and La Cosa Nostra. I don't see Jeg.
That's okay. All right. I'll read this one. And then
hands. Is it hands?
I'll read it.
No.
It's after that one. You may have to refresh. It's called Okay, go ahead, Pat.
Let me refresh. Hold on.
Exile by Jug 325. I'm waiting for it to pull up. Here we go. Exiled. I watch from inside a prison of rocks as you traipse city streets at midnight. Ghosts of recent past walk beside you. Like me, find the daylight. Moon rises up over this barren castle, my home from when you stomped out, floating dust motes, becoming friends, baffled over dreams we thought about. Bulls across the restless ocean, sad waves pounding, centuries of stone. Standing strong, an abandoned statue in the corner of night's world alone. So I chiseled our eulogy on gray walls, entering by gloomy turnstiles, floor worn smooth with miles walked by the man you sentenced to exile. End poem.
That was definitely one of those deeper looks into the inside self and what lies there. Sometimes those emotions and feelings, they seem truer, yet on the surface we're only a sense of mild realism. What do you think of this, Wayne? Boo, I was able to reboot. I'm knocking the boots again.
I think Wayne left, my dear.
All right. So Wayne is out. Are you there, Dash Pat?
Yes.
Your viewpoint on this piece?
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this poet's work. I've seen it before. And there's a darkness that just kind of sweeps through it. And I really like the ending.
Yeah, it was a great piece. What about you, Francine?
Well, I think that they start out as friends. The person that's writing the poem is talking to someone. He says he's watching you. I think it's a friend that he's watching. And I think they fought a lot, but yet I think there was the light that ripples across the restless ocean, bad waves pounding, centuries of stone standing strong. I got the feeling that there was a lot of arguing between the friends, and somehow they divided at the end, because he says that to the man you sentenced to exile, in other words, you sent me off by myself, to be by myself. That's kind of where I'm drawing from. I don't know if I'm getting it right, but that's sort of what I'm getting out of it. I think they meant a lot to each other, and the person that's talking is feeling separation now. You know, that they feel like they were exiled from their friend.
Can I say
So
one
die,
other
my
thing?
Bruce, die. Allen Ginsberg.
Yes, go ahead,
Great.
Pat.
Yeah, I love the line. baffled over dreams.
You
That
know what
was
line
really
I love? Oh, sorry.
Because I think a lot of times we get caught up in fighting with someone that's important to us, and you're so mad that you can't even remember what you're fighting about.
Right.
And I really like it.
I think my favorite line is I love the ending, so I chiseled our eulogy on gray walls, the past entering by gloomy turnstiles. I mean, this is really descriptive. And then by the man you sentenced to exile. So this is somebody, in my opinion, turning their back on someone. Like, you let me down, you turned away, and now I'm in this prison, in this hell that you've kept me in for so long. And then the other part of it sort of reminds me of Alcatraz, because it's like up on that hill and it's like behind the prison wall. I thought it's not what he was talking about, but it's dark and dreary, and he's usually so happy and bright and colorful. So this is a nice change for him too. Good job, Jack. And you can always know it's Jack. Always sentence stuff in the middle.
Ooh, did you know in The Great Escape, the movie with Clint Eastwood, there was an actual famous case of prisoners who escaped off the island of Alcatraz that were never found again?
Yeah, I heard something about that, but I never know what to believe anymore. Razz.
All right, let's move on with the poetry then.
Whose poem do you have? There's something about a thief in it. I have that audio uploaded. It's a thief in something.
Marius is on, I think.
The Joker
Marius,
the Thief by Gerald Green?
Yeah, I have that one.
Do that one. And yeah, that's a reference. What do you know? Here we go back to music, all on the watchtowers.
Oh, man, they're saying that this one I have to convert down, so I always have a problem with this kind of thing. But, okay, so... Gerald, you have the poem?
I'm grabbing it right now, boo.
Okay.
There's only so many hands
I'm trying to stay on top
I'm
of
not
things
like that
tonight, if possible. Okay. Now
I don't mean to laugh. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
No, it's totally cool. You can laugh at me. I won't be offended whatsoever.
No. Trust me, I'm not. It's been a crazy night
anyway,
all
it's good to
around.
laugh. Yeah, I feel you. No, I've had a very rough week, no joke. And it seems like the shit's just not going to get...
So I'm not joking.
It's like it's not going to get better. I just need to get, I don't know where. But anyway, yeah, eventually it's got to turn around. I'm thinking, okay, now I can't find where I put Gerald. Crap. I thought I would put it under...
The Joker and the Thief, is that the new one?
Yeah.
By Gerald Green?
Oh, I could look at this. Yeah.
There's the link on the board, but we're trying to grab the SoundCloud.
It's called The Joker. Okay, The Joker and the Thief. Okay. I don't know if I put it under Gerald or Joker.
I have it.
Who knows?
The Joker and the Thief.
I'm trying to get the SoundCloud for it. Sorry. Now my page is frozen. Okay, well, anyway.
I thought it was Viewing Eternity.
Oh, it wasn't? If so, then I got the wrong one.
Viewing
and then I got a problem with
Gerald Green.
Oh, okay. So he's probably got two because he's got one left over from last time. Okay, can you pick somebody else, Razz? Sorry, and then I'll do Gerald. I'm having a problem with Gonzo's, so I need to convert that one again. So maybe
Gonzo's going to love the freaking news.
How about you read yours, Razz? Read yours, Razz.
All right, let's move on with what else is on the topic folder real quick.
Yeah,
hey,
I can
Mr.
grab
Razzle.
something else for us here.
Dude, read yours.
Read mine? Oh, but I just wrote that one recently. I was waiting for the end of the show. All right. Yeah, let's do all these other wonderful writers we have here. There's so many tonight. I'm going to read Lockdown Larks, My Everyday. Yeah. So this is My Everyday by Lockdown Larks. My Everyday. My everyday.
Okay.
When the wind blows, the wind insists. When the wind knows, it blows a kiss. The wind is
what the wind has to say. In the wind's kiss, we are blown away. The wind whispers, you are the way. Every day I am blown away. When tears cloud, the heart recalls what it once avowed. Swollen with rain, the river flows. Love or pain, the heart knows. Seeing you, my heart knows. Every day my love grows. When waves crash, earth is in awe. As waves splash, a breath we draw. The ocean's hope is born. Bottles floating in the early morn. I see you every morn. Every day love is sworn. When the sun breaks through, you are the radiant view. My spirit lifted into the sky with no limit to how high. I see you in my mind's eye. Every day I get high. When the stars shine, the stars seem to know you will be mine, and the stars glow. Twinkling this night, the stars sing to me. You are right, you are my destiny. Until twilight, you and me are we. Every day with you, I can be. And peace.
Yeah, that's really good.
And this shows great love, not only for nature, but life in of itself. I think to feel so romanticized by the stone. What's your take on this, Francine?
Definitely romance. Yeah, I feel like he's talking to someone, and he's using all these different parts of nature as metaphors for the person. The wind whispers, you are the way. Every day I am blown away. Seeing you, my heart knows. Every day my love grows. You know, it sounds like he's talking to someone. In between the stanzas, he has the two-line stanzas, and it just sounds like a beautiful love poem to me. Or maybe that's my romantic my romantic side talking. But that's how it appeared to me, like a very sweet love.
There's plenty of guys right now
poem.
duking it out with their wives on a Sunday night thinking, damn, I should have said that. No, I'm just kidding. Great poem, Lockdown Lark.
Oh, it sounds
Dash
beautiful,
back.
though. I mean, yeah, I'm reading it over, and it's really very poetic.
Yes, Francine, yes. I thought you were finished with your statement. Go on.
No, I was just saying, I was finished. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. That's good. Definitely. Dashback. What's your take on this by Lockdown Lark?
Yeah, I thought it was, it's a definite poem, and I agree there's so many metaphors for the romance and for this person that they are enamored with.
Mhm.
Yes, it says genre's nature, but could be considered deep love poetry. I would agree, Dash Pat. And Boo, that brings us back to you again.
Yeah, I mean, what chick doesn't love this kind of love poetry? I mean, that's
Mm-hmm.
what it's saying. You
Yeah.
know, like, we all want a fella to write us something like this, you know, and it seems genuine, like he actually means it, which always is hopeful, right, ladies? And
yes, definitely.
So I don't see him write much romantic stuff, actually. So it's good to see that about him. Well, he can write anything. He writes all kinds of stuff. But, yeah, this is well-worded, lovely, nice wording. I like how it flows. You know, and if he's married, I'm sure she's smiling. Right?
Yeah, that's a sweet thing to say of your wife every day of the year.
Yeah, but the problem is most dudes don't. They think, they tell you once a year, or they buy you some roses from time to time, that's enough. And that's
like
not
Valentine's Day.
Yeah. My mom told me this, and I totally agree. Foreplay should last all day. You know? She doesn't need sex, you know?
And we need chocolate.
Oh, yeah, chocolate always helps.
Chocolate always
Best
helps.
messages come with chocolate.
Yeah, women, we're simple creatures. We just make it harder than it needs to be. So much of the time, in my opinion. So, anyway, this is, what if you've been with somebody a long time, maybe in the beginning, you get poetry, that is if they write you poetry, but then after a while, it seems to fade away, they forget, and you're like, hey, I don't feel special anymore, and that's when, I think women cheat for affection and attention, I think men cheat for sex, that's just my opinion, but, fellas, the point is, those little things that matter, fellas.
That sounds right.
Anyway, Razz. You're like, thanks, Boo, for bringing that up. Nah, I can do Carol's, I believe, if you want. I'm trying to do a Gonzo.
Joe Green, the Joker and the Thief, or a different one?
Yeah, that's the one I'm going to...
you play that SoundCloud, Boo?
Yeah, I was just putting in... I don't know, while I'm doing this, I'm just going to get the ladies' opinions real quick. What do you guys think about why people cheat? Just give me one good explanation, starting with you, Pat.
What do I think about what?
Why people cheat?
Stop communicating.
Cheat on their spouse.
Because they want to know if they can get away with it.
Possible.
Straight up. Funny, Pat. And Francine?
I think they just stop talking to each other. It's usually when one is bored, and the reason they're bored is they don't have a good communication with their partner. Because if they're bored and they could communicate with their partner, they would let them know that things aren't going the way they want them to go.
Yeah.
And they should work on it together, but...
Yeah, but they usually don't want to. We're talking about this the other day, like, should you tell your spouse if you're not attracted to him anymore? Like, should you be honest? Everybody was like, I liked the different opinions, but they're like, oh, be honest. I'm like, yeah, but how do you say, hey, I'm just not, you don't do it for me anymore? That's the hard one. Anyway, that's a whole nother show.
That's true. That's true. How would you do that? How would you tell them they're not attracted
around
to
the
you
restricted
anymore?
area? Would you like to hear my opinion why people cheat? Boo?
Yes, I sure do, love. Tell me, man.
Yeah, we'd love to hear.
Too much General Hospital.
That could be
soap opera.
They put their heads in the soap opera and they don't realize the real world anymore.
Too many novellas. Yeah. Also, what about this? I think they forget about, like, a lot of people forget about the reason they got married in the first place. And,
yeah, that's a good one. They need to have more dates and stuff, fun stuff. Perk it up a little.
Yeah. But, and then again, if you let yourself go and they're not attracted anymore, what's this do then, I guess?
I think that we're complex creatures. We're complex creatures. And
that's for sure.
It's not when you may stray. It's I guess why and how you deal with it with your partner.
Right. Agreed.
Because
yeah. Go ahead, Pat.
It's how you deal with the tough times. Because everyone's going to have them.
Yeah, I agree. Agreed. Anybody can say they're going to be there, but you know what? Like, if, I asked my mom and dad, they're married 57 years, and I'll shut up after this, Razz. And so I asked my mom, how did you get to 57 years? And she said, you know what? I just held on for dear life and pray you make it to the other side,
Yeah.
And
yeah.
So that's pretty good. Okay, I'm ready for the Joker now, Razz.
Yeah, hold on for dear life. That would be a blur for tomorrow. All right, so let's move on with
The Joker and the Thief, written and read by Gerald Green. His voice awaited, always ready, volume set to high, for any new encounter. Silence was his enemy. He'd kiss the ladies, grip the hands of men, and crush with all his might. The Joker played his game. Great stories were his trademark, never two the same, rolling off a silver tongue to entertain and maybe more. Building confidence grew like a weed, overcoming incrementally, sucking nutrients with its roots, blocking sun with crusty leaves. Black SUVs came by one summer day. Men with warrants combed his house, took his laptop and thick files. The voice quivered in response. No trial ensued, just signatures, admitting fraud and embezzlement. The voice denied a false intent, with claims of temporary loss. Investigations cost used all the funds. Each client's losses grew, until there was no money left. Dreams of wealth died suddenly. The Joker was a thief.
Wow. Yeah, and I can see the social relevancy here. And this reminds me of, a scam that I heard about in which you have gangs downloading mass information that's personal to other individuals on the web, trying to exploit that, even their locations through their own phones. It's like gangware. And I'm just warning you, whoever's out there trying this stuff, the CIA is likely going to catch up with you. Believe me, son. You just want to stop. So, Dash Pat, what do you think of Gerald Green?
I'm going to need to read this one again. Can you come back to me, please?
All right, we'll get back to you, Dash Pat. What about you, Francine?
Reminds me of a pyramid scheme type of thing. You know, where people buy in, they're all gung-ho, everybody thinks it's a great idea, and once they get all the money, the person that started it, slowly they just kind of disappear, and the money seems like, where is it gone? It's gone, and the person that started it ends up with all the money. That kind of thing. Some kind of a scam like that. I'm not great at things like that, but I just think it's a way. Huh?
Yeah,
that's what it reminded me of. Yeah, Ponzi scheme, right. Pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme. Something on that.
I guess that Joker knows that it's not that funny when they catch you being a thief.
No.
Yeah, then the joke's on you. Dash,
right.
Have you reached a verdict on what you saw here by Gerald Green?
Yeah, I think he's talking about a thief who likes being a thief, who his ego is built up by being a thief. I don't know why guys seem to be like that, but I think he just likes being a thief a little too much in this, and I found that very interesting.
That's a possibility.
Yeah, because he gets away with it.
Certain people, they have that mindset, but we have to look at the realities here. Committing crimes, it's not like the movies Ocean 11. You finally have Tijuana going back to the gang warfare. It's a serious thing, Dash Pat.
It's not. There was another movie with Sean Connery was the thief, and he was stealing art.
Yeah,
and that kind of reminds me a little bit of that too. He was very haughty and everything, that he was the best thief in the world, and then at the end he almost gets caught. But he did get away with it, I think, if I remember right.
Well,
this is as you're taking a smooth talker,
Yeah, right.
As a thief, you're usually trying to steal something that you you really need, I guess, because, we're all thieves when we have to be. But reading this, and I loved how he did this, it did seem almost like a movie. It did seem like, I guess he enjoyed getting away with it. Right.
He gets off on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Whatever floats your boat. This is he's the one who comes
when
in.
I was
He's
a kid,
the one with the
I had
swagger
a friend
that
who was a
rolls in the boat.
kleptomaniac.
Really?
Yeah, all I could do is just take other people's lighters, stuff out of stores. He couldn't really help himself. So there's all different types of sicknesses when it comes to not being able to respect the law. We can't say that these individuals are not sick.
That's true. This is a true statement.
Yeah, but this guy's the guy with the swagger. The guy walks into a bar with the, the confidence and the aura and the whole, I'm the shit, fuck you attitude. And he knows he's the shit, and he plays people, and he plays them well, and he gets off on it. Probably gives them a boner. You know what I mean? And,
well, yeah, because it says great stories was his trademark.
Yeah, he got the stories. He's the one
tongue.
sitting there. Everybody glued to every word. He's telling the story, and everybody's fascinated with him. He's probably a narcissist too. While we're at it, probably a fucking narcissist.
He sounds like a pompous ass.
Yes,
he does. He sounds like a real prick, like a total prick. And I don't know if that's what he's going for, but it works.
Another Dylan reference.
No, but it works. And that's what he's going for,
Yeah.
He's the guy you love to hate. Probably gets a lot of, never mind. Anyway, action, never mind. I was just going to say, the bad boy or whatever. Most chicks seem to like. Anyway, shutting up now.
No, we don't want that. That ear time, boo. All right, so you have anything in mind what comes next?
No, I feel like you girls got it tonight. Like everything feel like, you guys are seeing what the poems are about. And sometimes people don't, and it's just like, what am I seeing? Am I not seeing the right thing? I mean, not really.
Well, some of them I don't see, but some are easier to see for me than others.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to stay above water here.
No, you're doing great, Pat. You're doing good. Your insight is good. You're an intelligent lady. Don't ever say you're not, because you is. We're just having fun anyway. It doesn't matter.
All right, I have a question for you, lovely ladies. Which one of you would like to read Irish Moonlight Sorrow?
What's the name of it?
The poet Irish Moonlight Sorrow. Would you like to read?
Sure. Would you like to read it, Francine?
Yeah, I'll read it.
It's
I don't
right
know
there on the
poet,
board.
but I'll read it.
What if?
I got it.
What if?
What if I breathed? That one? Okay, one sec. Let me just get it up. Okay. What if I breathed? Would I forget? Would I forget all the past transgressions committed and all the dreams we dreamt of? What if I lived? Could I forget the nights we lay awake fearing the day to come? Could I be happy? Considering the thought of happiness be truly possible, would it last? Would it break watching as we fall? What if I died? Would I finally be at peace in a world full of hate? End poem.
Yes, those are definitely concerning questions, and everyone goes through these questions, I think, on a infrequent basis. What if I would have made a decision differently? Would my life be where I am right now? And then you finally have that last line, what if I died and didn't even know it was going to be today? But these are like unconscious problems which sort of kind of circulate everlasting in our own pre-depth psychologies. You read this wonderfully, Francine. What would be your take?
Somebody that's philosophizing, is their word. They're thinking about their life, and they're just trying to think of all different avenues that they go through, forgetting, They might be thinking if, God forbid, they got like dementia or Alzheimer's or something like that. What if I lived? Could I forget the nights we lay awake, fearing the days to come? Could I be happy? Would it last? I think they're just thinking of all different scenarios of their life and what would happen if this happens, what would happen if that happens. Sometimes you go through things like that where you just try to figure out your own life, I think. I mean, like you said, once in a while, it's not something you do every day, but sometimes you do that when you lose somebody close to you. You go through a stage like that, wondering about yourself and what would happen if something like that happened in your life. And you start questioning yourself.
Yeah, and it can lead to overwhelming dread, especially teenagers when they start dating their parents. What if they come back pregnant?
Please. Yeah, that's really
that one
scary.
Question, what if? Yeah. What do you think of this, Stash Pat?
Everybody takes stock of their life, and then at some point you have to take stock of your life, or see where you're going to go, where you're at, and where if you're close to your goals or whatever. That's what this sounds like to me.
Me too.
And if you don't contemplate, then you got a problem. I mean, in my opinion, because otherwise, how will we know what to work towards? The work if we're getting to where the place we need to be. I mean, I'm always trying to make higher goals, but some people are content to be stagnant, and that's fine too. That's what they want. But I think that's what it's saying, pretty much straight up, and it's very poetic, and it's a lesson too, because if you don't, then you're going to just be treading water in the same spot forever. And sometimes you got to take a risk to take a chance, and then sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't, but you'll never know. And I don't want to live a lifetime of what ifs. You know what I mean, Razz?
Yeah, you have to find certain issues to be of a definitive nature in order to stay focused. Dash, did you comment on this piece? Dash.
No, not yet. Not yet. I'd like to.
Go ahead, please.
I think that this poem, it's written in the first person, and it's a very personal poem. I get this feeling very melancholy, and I feel like the person isn't ready to accept good things.
Yeah.
You know how when we beat ourselves up and we don't think we're worthy of this or that, we are worthy of it. There's just so many questions here. If you just read the questions down through the center, what if I breathed? Would I forget? What if I lived? Could I be happy? Would it last? Yeah, you can be happy.
It's almost like self-sabotage,
Yeah.
Can't stand it. I know you planned it.
I'm terrible about sabotage, yeah.
I was the queen of self-sabotage before. I've been working on that for quite some time. But, yeah, that was me.
Self-sabotage, yeah.
Yeah, and we all do it, but, some of us do worse than others, I guess. I'm an overthinker, too, so mix the two together. Usually not all that great in an outcome. But, hey, that's why they make therapy and drugs. I'm just kidding.
I hear you, Boo, and I think that sometimes we can be our own worst enemy.
That's so true. Yep.
I know.
Especially women, we're so much worse at it, aren't we?
Well, it's because we're supposed to be perfect.
Exactly. You got to be superwoman, and you got to work, and you got to work out, and you got to suck and fuck and cook and clean. You know what I mean?
Don't forget the push-up bra.
And bake your own cake.
Yeah. And the suck-in pantyhose, and you're never enough. It's like, damn, so true. They call it supermom syndrome, I think. And And, it's so true. And I think men just don't get it. But you guys are lucky, too. I don't think you have half the problems that we do, but that's a whole other show, too, while we're at it. But, yeah.
Yes, women should be more appreciated in the world. So, Boo,
I want to play
like
Marius, but I'm having a hell of a time, actually, Razz, with Marius' video. I'm coming.
Supermom or Bionic Woman. How about Times Change by Rose Winter?
We could do. I think I got Gonzo.
Yeah, we'll do Gonzo after Rose Winter.
All right. Okay, Rose Winter. She doesn't have audio, right?
No, she has to be read.
Okay, okay, I'll read that one. Okay, that's good. And then during Gonzo's, I can work on Marius's. I'm sorry, Marius. Okay, so this is called Times Change. Ain't That the Truth? By Rose Winter, 515. Okay. Nothing new under the sun. Times change. Virus warfare. Cyber soldiers, invisible hackers, Greek secret weapon. In war against Trojans, warfare deception, Greek soldiers hid. In wooden horse, beaten, defeated, Troy of course. On our way to World War III is truthfulness, first casualty, and bone. Oh, that last line is really good. On the way to World War III is truthfulness, first casualty. Boom, kicking the balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
there's your surrealism there down at the bottom.
Gave away exactly where I'm headed, towards World War III. Watching the news, it can really mess up with your head if we're even near that state, DEFCON mode. Dash Pat, what do you think of this piece?
Yeah, I think there's a lot going on here, and again, I think the author is questioning what we would do if we weren't at war all the time.
And what else would we think about?
Yeah, what else would we do? What else could they talk about on the news every frickin' day?
Right, exactly. How else could they brainwash us?
Truthfulness is a casualty, by the way. I do love the ending of this poem. It's intense.
It sounds like it should be a bumper sticker, don't it, Pat? It should be like a bumper sticker. Truthfulness is casualty.
I like how it starts out, nothing new under the sun.
Same old shit, same old shit.
Yeah, same old shit.
I've heard that saying said frequently lately. Nothing new. Any new news? No, nothing new.
Same shit, different day. Same shit, different day.
Mm-hmm.
And Francine?
Well, I was just thinking the invisible hackers, very close to the Trojan, if you want to compare it back in history, very close to the invisible guys in the horse, that they were hidden in the horse. And then they ended up winning it out of deception. And it's good the way, I think it's really clever the way she ties it into the last sentence, is truthfulness, the first casualty, because she's talking about a lot of deception in here. Invisible hackers, cyber soldiers, virus warfare, that's all invisible stuff. And there's a lot of deception going on. And if you go all the way back in history, there was always deception, all the way back to the Greeks. And then the end sentence is like so powerful because there's truthfulness, the first casualty. I think it is in many wars. Not just if we have World War III, but probably it's happened in other wars too, where it's the first casualty. It's scary. Really scary.
Yeah. And that's an important point that you pointed out, that none of those things are real. None of them are tangible, technically.
No, they're all invisible. And they happen. They happen every day.
Yeah.
The first thing she wrote there, I think the only thing I would change is where she wrote times change, virus warfare should have been with cyber soldiers. In other words, I know she was doing standards of 3, but I would have put the virus warfare with the cyber soldiers and the invisible hackers because it was so connected. Times change, and then you have the virus warfare, you have the cyber soldiers, you have the invisible hackers, all of them. That's just so scary, and you can't put your hand on them. You can't even catch them most of the times. You know, they're just like there, but you can't do anything about them.
Oh, I know. That's
very deep. Very good poem.
Agreed. Yeah, I agree with both you ladies. Same thing. Same shit, different day. When are we going to wake up and smell the roses? When are we going to stand up and take it back? When are we going to fucking do something? Or are we just going to keep talking the talk and never walking the walk? So I might as well just sit here and wither away, you know? That's how.
I know, it's very frustrating. It really is.
Yeah, and you know, all those secret things that are behind closed doors that we don't even have fathom an idea of an iota of what's out there, especially technological-wise. You know, and how scary it truly is. I mean, if we would do our homework and really research, but no, we listen to the fake Fox News and the fake rumors and all some other shit, so we're much more confused. We don't know which way is up.
There's no real news anywhere anyway. There's no real news anymore.
So true.
Forget about the news.
No.
I don't know what
Remember when Walter Cronkite sat there and he's actually told you news, you know?
Yeah.
And you looked up and you expected him.
You had an idea what was... You had a real idea of what was happening. Now it's like you don't even know half the things that are happening. Nobody tells the truth anymore.
And you can respect them. You know
watch out.
It's like a joke.
For example, watch
I don't
out
think there's
for
a station out there that tells
COVID.
the truth.
Whatever that is.
There's no longer any reporters. They're all commentators. So they can commentate anything they want.
And it's true. They choose what to put on TV, but it's what they choose, and they choose.
They make
those
up
things.
their own stories about the news. That's why they're not called reporters. They're called commentators.
That shit sells, baby. Right?
There you go.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, I finally got Marius Razz, if you want to grab him.
Yeah, I'll refrain from there about how advanced technology is going. It's scary enough when you think about the nukes. They've reached hypersonic weapons. These things can reach a target anywhere around the world in less than 20 minutes. And back when drills that there was a nuclear scare, it would take at least 2 hours. So, you know, time is like cutting short on that race right there.
Yeah,
so, good morning.
We can also can't spend our whole life just running fear.
You can trust me. I am your friend, the robot from Lost in Space. All right.
Yeah. I just want to say one more thing about that. I'm not going to spend my whole life running in fear either. You know what I mean? Like all this shit that they scare us with. It's like, you know. And I'm not afraid to die anyways. I don't. Yeah, and I'm not afraid to die anyway, so, you know, it's not the end of the world for me. It looks to me, it's a new beginning.
Yeah, to me too.
I hear you.
When last waves of anger hit, when you were surrounded by mad mock, just be patient and don't quit. I'll be there for you, your rock. When you have no friends through storms, when you think that is your fate, I will hold you in my arms. I will help you navigate. When you want to cry and scream, if you reach the end of the rope, I will be your living dream. I'll be there, giving you hope. When the lightning strikes at once, and fear shadows you with weight, when the devils at night dance, I will be your shield and faith. When the drought is too severe, and you dry in heat and pain, I'll be there, following you near. I will always be your rain. When your life seems like a ruin, and you think there is no love, trust me, I know what I'm doing. I'm watching over you from above, so go on. I'm your friend, trusting, following my footsteps. Victorious, you reach the end.
Uplifting piece by Marius, and this proves when you have a real friend, you know, they're always going to be there for you. Even when they're not around,
right.
they hope the best. Francine, what would you like to say on this piece?
I love some of these lines. I can tell you that. I will be your living dream. I'll be there giving you hope. That's beautiful. And let me see. There was another one I really loved. Please be patient. Wait, I lost it. Oh, I lost my page. I'm sorry. I was reading the line. Please be patient. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it back. Oh, here you go. Please be patient and don't quit. I'll be there for you. You're rock. I really like that. Beautiful. It's a real true friendship. And you don't get too many friendships this true. So it's beautiful, Marius. Trusting, follow in my footsteps. Victorious, you'll reach the end. Beautiful. Very beautiful. The last stanza, you put it all together. So go on, a few more steps. Life is good and I'm your friend. Trusting, follow in my footsteps. Victorious, you'll reach the end. I love that. That's truly beautiful. The song you chose, too.
And the dog likes it, too.
And my dog is driving me crazy. I'm going to have to go off in a second.
We'll meet again. Don't know when.
Hey, I want to say, by the way, I just want to say real quick to Fran and Pat. You guys have been really great tonight. Your insight, your comments, your humor. Yeah, and for your first time, you kicked ass. And Pat, you kick ass too.
Yeah, we're trying. I'm trying. Can I make a comment on this poem?
Yes,
sure.
Of course.
Okay. What I need are a few more friends like this.
Exactly.
And I love the.
No, I think what we all need is Marius to be our friend.
Yeah,
because he wrote the poem.
Right.
Marius, you know how to be a friend.
I love the second, when you will have no friends through storms, when you'll think death is your fate. I will hold you in my arms. I will help you navigate. Priceless. That's what you need. You know, when you're all fucked up, you need someone to help you navigate life.
Yeah, it always helps to have proper guidance. Definitely. You're seeing a kind of form of help in struggle and need here. I hadn't saw that message. More like the sort of friends that don't forget you. Yeah, I can see it like that as well, on wanting emotional support, especially from those in a relationship. You do have a point. Boo. What happened to the dog?
No, I was going to say, I want a friend like Marius, too. I want a friend like Marius, too, because everything he writes is genuine. You can't hear me, Razz?
Yeah, I hear.
Oh, you do it? Okay. Everything he writes is genuine from the heart. Usually we're used to hearing him love. I love the music he picks to go in the back. When life's waves of anger hit and you're surrounded, this is a friend, you know, someone who's got you no matter what, through the storms, through the death, through the fate, through the crying, the screaming, the end of the rope. You're about to tie a noose around it. That's the one who steps up and tells you what you want to hear. And a good friend tells you you're being an ass or whatever, in good times and in bad. And then also a good friend will help you, trusting, following my footsteps, victorious, you'll reach the end. That person lifts you up when you're down.
Yep.
You know?
Right on.
up and down, all the way around. Downtown.
That's true.
So I'm going to read my piece real quick here, and I keep on trying to cut these shows to 2 hours, so we're almost done. Thank you for Dash and Francine for sticking out the whole ride. And here's my poem for your humble acquaintance to acknowledge or dismiss. This is called A Moment Ago. Bitter agony, radish, curated rashes, the poison ivy rubbed, macrobiotic, cellular, non-cognitive, living throb heart. Harm not less, though be harmed, the wicked dog girl profess. I can only cry drunk or extremely depressed about it. A moment ago, Henry, it was the 1930s, and all dressed up for the night on the town. Mother May is buttoning Patterson's stuffed bear. Anyone with a heart is as selfish and gifted, kicking at the stuffed animals and throwing them all over the place. Lady Symphony plays a fine instrumental if we remember to condemn the Vitrola. Her favorite wedding ring teleports to the jewelry box studded. Time displacement, object replacement. Ava's French bridge soaking the underpass torrent. Languid piano keys are as syrupy, caramel florid. I can't prove I've ever been married or have a wife. A marble slab statue indicates every reason why. The divorce papers are signed by the Geneva Treaty. I have not ever been the same. Came back to the room after closing the door, and you had disturbing and magically disappeared. Was it the silver key was here? The golden thread is woven through bare. In all possible futures, this was never meant to happen. There must have been a time we had been alone, me and you. No, the darkness surrounding obscures the rectitude. What could have been was never meant to be. Melancholy might pretend to gently smile one season. It must have been dying in the womb 2 months to be born. In all possible present, life is theoretically impossible. And peace.
Wow.
Razz, can you talk a little bit about this poem?
Yeah, what would you like to know? It's on time. Why it's called A Moment Ago. This is a descent into different moments of a single lifetime, wondering why one assumes that life was ever really possible in the first place, because science indicates that had the universe really expanded, a fraction of a microsecond differently, there would not even be the solar system, which makes life habitable.
Yeah.
I have a question. We're talking about the 1930s, and they got dressed up for a night on the town, and I followed that. But I didn't think that you were referring to yourself in that portion. I felt like you were referring more or less to someone in the past, an aunt or a grandparent or someone, a lot older. And then
yeah, that's exactly right. I'm talking about being haunted by a former generation in that line.
Okay, that's kind of what I got out of it.
Present.
I don't usually get to ask people when they write a poem like this questions if I'm getting it right or not. Usually I think I'm all wrong, so that's why. And the part with the wedding, was that your own history starting there?
Yeah, no, that's a whole metaphor of not knowing why you're really married to life, although it's seen, according to certain individuals, that link is that deep. When you look more into the same metaphor, what's described is a scene of war, and then finally you have, is it more like art to think so that life is in of itself a form of, human bondage with the world? So does that make it the statues in the park, or does that make it any more different than signing a treaty to end World War II?
Right. So you're comparing the divorce papers to the signing of the treaty?
Yeah.
Or am I still off? Yes? Okay.
Yes.
Right. Okay. I liked it. I thought it was really a strong poem. Like you said, it takes you through different generations. It's had a lot of metaphors that I didn't get, but that's okay. A lot of thought, and it's thought-provoking. It makes you think when you read it. You're trying to get to the gist of what you're reading, you know? So you're asking yourself questions, which is always good. A lot of self-questioning in here. I liked it.
Thank you, Francine.
It seems Dr.
Razz,
Randall liked it.
Razz, I like your title, and I like how you talk about time as a moment, because thing really major happens to me. I tend to remember the moment that, you know, I realized what was happening, or the moment something was said, the moment that I remember things like that in moments, and so I appreciate that.
Yeah, I was trying to kind of make this as a first-person narrative, so it's not an illusion, Francine. And thank you, Dash, for seeing the comparison of time. And that's exactly what makes up years, what makes up finally, you know, Ga, which is in terms of that form of science, horology, a rough mix of hundreds of millions of years. So, yeah,
right.
We have to base all those moments to make up greater amounts of time.
Yeah, moments, even though they're brief pockets of time, are all it takes.
Definitely. We live by the moment. Boo, are you still there? Oh, she's on hold. Wow.
Who? I dropped.
Boo.
Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're going to do your gonzos and then wrap up the show?
Okay, I was going to do mine, and then if I could.
Oh, yeah, all right. Yes, there's time for yours, too. Dash
I wanted
and
to.
Francine, we hope you can stay to the last moments of the show.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
I just lost my, I got to plug in my computer, though, so just give me a second. I mean,
Okay.
I can hear you on the phone, but I can't.
No, it's so much better when you can see it. I agree, because I can't remember shit, you know what I mean?
I know.
Razz, about your poem, Razz, I mean, I think this is probably one of the best poems I've read of yours lately. I really like it. It's bitter agony, poison ivy rubbed, cellular non-cognitive living. Jesus Christ, that is quite the opening line. Mother Mary, I mean, this has got religious, society, and then Lady Symphony plays a fine instrumental, if we remember to condemn. That's cool. I like that touch right there. This almost seems like some type of like weird affair that shouldn't happen, maybe, but I don't know if I'm way off. Yeah, like I have to read this, of course, again, but dying in the womb, 2 months to be born. Maybe this is about people that almost met, that almost meet, but they didn't. I don't know if I'm close or not, Razz, but I love the wording on here and the metaphors off the hook. I'll have to read it again, but I like this one.
Yeah, I really felt that piece. It came to me, you know, in a sporadic moment of 20 minutes. I wrote it all down. And this rarely happens. I usually have a different method where I take like hours upon hours just to come up with a single coherent composition piece. Right. That happened, I guess, the last time was, I remember now. Yeah, that poem.
Yeah,
remember that poem? I remember now? Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good poem, Razz. And it's not too much like I usually write, you know, like I don't get it.